Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
All right.
share my screen.
I will let you know. All right. So our series, Foundations of Global Health. Global health is a varied and exciting field to which many healthcare providers, researchers, and faculty aspire to being professionally engaged. With our being a globally connected world and with COVID-19 uniting the world to solve an issue, global health has never been more relevant. This year-long programming is designed to feature our experts in the field of global health, KUMC's faculty, researchers, and clinicians, our international partners and our community partners, our international partners and our community partners. Each presenter will share their personal journey, educational background, mentors, books and articles that gave inspiration, challenges, lessons learned, successes, epiphanies, life-changing moments, and the heartbreaks. We do have a few objectives for our series. The learner will gain foundational information on pathways into global health and will be challenged to deepen knowledge on equality and mutualism, which garners true collaboration and global health exchange for everyone's equal benefit. The learner will examine existing attitudes around global health so that we at the University of Kansas Medical Center are trendsetters who move beyond the us versus them, haves versus have-not mentality. The learner will be able to appraise global health, including global health research, philosophy, approaches, attitudes, and the varied efforts in the areas of health disparities, health inequalities, and community health. We do have one more series for this academic year, and that will be on June 3rd with Dr. Nicholas Comenelis with the Institute for International Medicine, and he will be on post-COVID global health. All right. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Julian Franco. Dr. Franco is a physician and surgeon with a Master's of Science in Political Health, and his areas of interest are knowledge to action cycle, public policies, and equity. So without further ado, Dr. Franco.
Okay, so hello. As Alex said, I am Dr. Franco. I am a physician, MD, and Master in Public Health. I want to try with you a little topics. In fact, I give you 3 topics that I want to share. The first of this is about the University of Antioquia and the Faculty of Medicine. I want to share my screen. I hope that this looks good. Let me know if the screen is shared good. Okay, this is the Faculty of Medicine. We're a public university, one of the public university in Colombia. That is very rare. I don't know how to say that, because in Colombia the universities and the education is a lot of private universities. For example, in this region, the University of Antioquia is the unique public university, and we are recognized for our academic excellence. For example, we are the first university in the 3 last years in the medicine. Sure. We are dedicated to the service of the community, the regions, and the environmental sustainable, humanistic, and scientific education. We are the university with more history in Colombia. We have 150 years and a lot of our doctors, surgical technologists. Okay, we have 3 undergraduate education. One of these is MD, the other is surgical technologies. This is focusing the surgery and the techniques about this. And the last is pre-hospital care technician. We graduate a lot of undergraduate on the doctors, is surgical technologies, and we are a lot of students. We have 51 graduate programs. 46 is focused with the clinical surgical specialties and subspecialties. 4 is master degrees and 1 doctorate. 2 doctorates now because we have one more with Groningen University. The quality culture, as I say, we are the first university in Colombia for 3 years, for 3 consecutive years, and we are accredited to offer quality course by ASCOFAME. ASCOFAME is the organization of the universities of health in Colombia. We offer 10 accredited graduate programs. And this is the programs, for example, toxicology, medicine applied to physical activity and sport, dermatology, gynecology, and others. In the QA ranking, we are the first in Colombia and the 11 in Latin America in the last 3 years, I'd say. This is the numbers of the students that I have enrolled. We are trying to increase in coverage. As I say, the University of Antioquia and the Faculty of Medicine is the only one public in this region. So we try with a lot of force to increase the coverage and trying to enrollment a lot of more students. Okay. Well, we have strengthening the ECT competence in teaching. For example, we have one experience that the Hospital of Korea give us one sponsorship for one of our doctors to include with there and learn about the gastroenterology surgery. And with this, we're trying to strengthen our competence, and we are the most important faculty in virtuology and simulation medicine education. And we are the only university with this. This is the Living Lab. The Living Lab is a public hospital administered by for the Faculty of Medicine of the University of Antioquia. International and national agreements. We have a lot of agreements for the internship, and this is important because we have 53 hospitals that acted by a clinical scenario. 5 municipalities in the rural areas, 44, 14 universities, and 7 national hospitals, again by mobility scenarios, and collaboration with a lot of universities, for example, QMC. So in this, I want to say that the internship here is have a lot of opportunities because we're trying to give you the importance as our students. For example, you have the practice in the hospital and you act like a student or university. The only requirement that you need is a Spanish competence. Science, technology, and innovation development. 45 of our 56 research groups have been classified as follows. This is the most important category in Colombia, A1, and we have a amount of groups, 17, and we are the faculty with more groups classified as A1 in Colombia again. training research. We have a lot of course, maybe a training research for both graduate and undergraduate programs. Interinstitutional research call. This is in 2019. Research in education. This is a lot of numbers that I trying to give the training research as part of the study programs to our students. Interaction in university society. Continuing education, we have a 21 course and diploma courses all online. Laboratory service, we have a lot of laboratories, and the one that I said with this is that you can enroll in everything that you want in our faculty, because if you want to enroll in the projects for the benefits of the community, for example, Parque de la Vida, live of the Park of Life, sorry, and other projects. This is a lot of projects now we have with the community, important in the global health. For example, indigenous population, prostitution, LGBT community, and the others in our region. Laboratory training, if you want, for example, LIME is Integrated Laboratory for Specialized Medicine, and this is the laboratory for toxicology. Sorry, Living Lab, and that I say is the laboratory for e-health, the only hospital virtual in Colombia. So how you can application for a mobility program. Strategies for international mobility. We have an application process for the students. The application process is very similar for both undergraduate and graduate students. So, for example, in your MD, you can apply in our university, and the process is similar that I will show you. The time for mobility in our university is between 1 and 6 months, and we can extend this for 1 year if you want. And you say I can enroll you in everything. If you want in a clinical rotation with the practice that I give for students, for example, you can assist surgery, you can make the history, introduce the patients that you want. Academic exchange that I say for semester or research internship. And the application guide for mobility have the all recommends information, step-by-step application. So what is the problem or the benefit for this application guide is that the application is only in Spanish. This is because we're trying to the people are in Spanish, so we can we go here have the competence for Spanish. The level that we requirement is B1, maybe A2, because we know that you don't have the competition of medical Spanish, and the language for you is optative learning. So I know that, and I know that you want to learn for maybe for the patients that you have, Latin American patients that I think is a lot of community in your country and is bigger with the years. So we difference between the students that doesn't have the competence in Spanish, for example, if you have a A1 or A2, we provide you a summer school in global health for 1 month. And in this course, the idea is that you learn the Spanish competence or the language for the medical Spanish. And if you have a B2 or B1, the idea is that you can do academic mobility in our clinic, in our hospitals, or maybe in the rural areas like MD graduate, MD, sorry, and the condition that you have to to take presence is the process you have to realize between 3 months with a maximum of 8 months. The process is totally online, and this could have two months for us. And the rotation have the same period between 1 month and 6 months, and uh, and the all rotation have the duration for 4 weeks. Okay, the process for application have a six requirements. The first of one is a CV set with preference of in Spanish. The second is a letter of motivation. The third is a presentation letter for the KUMC, for example. Four is a certification of the official records, and the five is the Spanish certification. You can do an online course, for example, the Cervantes Academic, or another course that you have. If you doesn't have the possibility for certified the Spanish, we can do an interview uh, with students for translation program, and the students or the teachers certify that you have the competence. And the a letter for the certified the enrollment in this institution. The process in an online formulary, this is in Google. Sorry, we only have that because the public education didn't have a lot of resources in Colombia. We're trying to expand our resource in the students and in our process, but it's very difficult because in a poor country is a lot of difficult that the public education have resource. And with the beginning for the private universities and the increase of these universities in the regions and in the country is very difficult. Okay, we formalize the mobility with a letter, maybe between 1 and 3 months. And with you began here, you need the basins, carnet of basins, because Colombia is a tropic, so we need, for example, I don't know, the hepatitis, the hepatitis B and malaria. Uh, we need, you need, sorry, international insurance, because we need that you have the insurance that provide you if you contract something of this size or another illness. That is it. The other topic that I want to show you is 3 videos. I hope that these videos show good. If it doesn't, please let me know. One of these is a presentation about the university. Sorry, this note is important now. Let me know if the video showed good.
Refine your senses to discover new ways of understanding the world. Discover other landscapes, their climates, and the people who inhabit them. Look for a place rich of biodiversity, accents, languages, and ways of being and thinking. Map the route and decide how to get there. Review the coordinates. and know that it had got there by closely observing a place undergoing transformation and one with ongoing innovative processes. If what you want is a place to interact with different areas of knowledge from science, culture, and this exchange of knowledge, get ready, because the journey is about to begin. With a history of more than 2 centuries, Universidad de Antioquia is one of the most important institutions in Colombia. Its main campus is located in the city of Medellin, and its head offices and other campuses are located in the different regions of Antioquia. It has research groups in different areas of knowledge and high-impact undergraduate and graduate programs. It is accredited and re-accredited as a high-quality institution of higher education. Thinking, projecting, and transforming our state and the world through academic excellence and science is the great commitment that propels us to promote academic exchanges, international cooperation partnerships, summer courses, support programs, and world-class conferences and visitors. If you're looking for all of these, your destination is Universidad de Antioquia.
Mi destino es la ODEA. Ma destination, c'est la UDA. Mi destino es la ODEA.
Mi destinación es la UDEA. Mi destino es la UDEA.
Ok, c'est ODEA.
I don't know if the video was shot good. You look good the video. Well, another video is currently a topic that I have currently is because I don't know if you noted that Colombia have one problem now for a civil revolution, and this is a really currently a problem about the global health. So I think that you want to learn about the global health. I suppose that this is very important for you, and I take 5 minutes maybe for this.
If you're my friend, I'm begging you, please share this. We need international help right here in Colombia. We are protesting against this tax reform, which is looking forward to set taxes to your basic food basket, also agricultural supplies, pensions for older people, and many others. This in a country which has 43% people in poverty. We are protesting specifically, and almost 80% of Colombians are against this tax reform and against the government. And this government only order military forces to go to the streets, who have been attacked, abused, and shot by police, people who's supposed to be looking after us. Until now, police has killed more than 25 people, 31 missing, and 1 sexually abused girl.
Okay, what is the problem with the financial reform, or what is the idea that the government did this? And the problem in Colombia now is because the poverty line increased in 65%, so the middle class increased, and this reform obtain the taxes that the people need. The idea is that the government obtain the resource to investment this in the the population, but the problem is because 65% of the population lost the employment and increased the poverty in the line I say, and the government died the idea that the people in the middle class give the taxes that support the other people. So in 1 minute, I want to share one video that have the conclusion about this reform and why the people is now in the protest and the civil war, maybe. It's because the taxes in the super rich is cheaper, and we, or maybe the government in Colombia, benefit the super rich class because, for example, the taxes for the new enterprises is cheaper and maybe is financial for the middle class. And the last thing about the X is because the minister in Colombia said that we can obtain one box of eggs for 1,800, and that's a bullshit. Sorry for the word, because this in Colombia spend for more than this. For example, maybe 5,000 and something like that. I don't know how much time that I have.
I'm gonna say maybe 10 more minutes.
Okay, and the last topic that I want to share with you is something about research. But okay, this is a example of something about the quality and equity focus. This is, sorry, I have a problem with the slides. Maybe in this. Okay, the idea is we can do an equity focused conceptual framework to support the decision of the decision maker in the health public policy cycle. Why is this important? Because the decision makers, in this case the government, didn't have the equity and the needs of the population in the decisions and in the change that this want to do. I don't know if you know what is this, the frameworks in the public health, and I want to show you something fast. The public policy is a fundamental tool for interaction between citizens, somatic experts, and the state. For example, in this case, in Colombia, the state forgets the citizens in the change that they want to do. The public policies involves an arduous and complex process in which many factors that should be considered, and the policymakers require different tools for thinking about that. For example, one of these is the idea is that these tools support the identifying the key elements for the development of policies, guide them in the evaluation of intervention, guide them some in understanding of the impact of their policies. Okay, the health policies may require justice and equity with an intersectoral and multidimensional public system. And not only for the health policies, it's in all policies of the government. And we need equality public policies are one way in which the state can reduce their social debts that leads to a lack of health. What is the public policy cycle? we have 5 steps. One of this is the definition of problem. For example, in this case, is the 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 citizens need some resources and need money from the government. For that, I said the poverty is increased. The other step is the agenda settings. When you define the problem definition, you need involve the problem in the agenda of the government, and this development one policy that need to implementation. But what is the problems? Agree. The agree is forgive for the government and definition the problems without the citizens and without the experts of the academic. What is the frameworks? The equity focused conceptual frameworks is a tool that want to reduce the gap between we know and we do. And the equity focused conceptual frameworks that the problem that only have evidences to be used in policies that specifically address equity. There is no conceptual frameworks for considering equity when the policies do not directly address in other public policies. And the other is that the frameworks not be considered equity in all steps of the health public policies. And this is important because the most of the equity focused frameworks only show the utility in the step 3. So it's like equity only have problem with the policy development or the implementation. In fact, sorry, the utility is more in the step 4 and forget the step 1 and step 2. For that reason, the population make sub in the all of things. For example, in the economy, in the health, and do a civil war, but this war is very compromised. And so the research question is, what are the characteristics of a conceptual framework that allows the incorporation of the equity concept in the different stage of the health or in the policy cycle? We need to design an equity-focused conceptual framework that synthesizes and explains how and in what way decision makers can ensure the analysis of equity consideration at different stages of the public policy process. For example, a tributary reform. The objectives is in the last design I propose a new conceptual framework about the equity focus and response to the expected scope. We're trying to do a methodology like a critical interpretative synthesis. I don't know if this is maybe not important for you, but the idea is we synthesize the critical interpretative. So because the problem with equity is a value, but not it's only a ethic value, is a politic value, because composed with two things in the concept. One of these is the redistribution of the resource and trying to do equality. Yes, equality in the resource. And the other thing is this equality of this redistribution have to do with justice, and the justice is a political value. So this is very difficult to do a theoretical definition. So what ethical consideration influence in public policy decision? How are the theoretical frameworks with an equity approach applying the different steps of the public policy cycle. Who are equity and its consideration addressed in public policies when the policy decision is not explicitly aimed at equity? So I give you these answers, and if you have the answers, please let me know, or let know the other government and other research people, because it's a very important thing. We need some change. We need something that we need to do something. That is the importance of the public health. That is the importance now that you know. Sorry, what is this? Okay, that Alexa said the COVID do importance, or increase the importance of the global health, and the foundation of an institution like a global health. I want to give you my support and my I lost that word, but I want to share with you that in Colombia, for us, it's very important that you doing, and the education that you give for your students. It's very important. I want to share with you my felicitations. So that is it. That is the 3 topics that I want to share with you. First of one is the Universidad of Antioquia, the School of Medicine. You are invited here. You are. We have a entrance open. We have we want to share with you our course, and we want to share with you our education and clinical rotation and rural rotation. That is very important in global health. The second is the problems that Colombia have. I think that we need you, not only the government of the United States or the university. We need students that think about the education, think about the global health, and think about the problems of the other countries. For example, Latin America, that we have a lot of problems. And the third is one of the experiments that we have, the research that we have, and if you discover the answers, please let me know. Or if you want to add or researching programs or another research about the global health, you are invited. And thank you for the invite, Alexa and Christina.
Of course. Thank you so much, Dr. Franco. It's great to see you and hear you after working with you for, I think, 2 years now, when we first started working on our agreement. So it was great to have you with us today. We actually have 2 of the 4 students who are looking forward to their rotation in Colombia in February. So we have Emma and Skylar here today. So Dr. Franco is the one that I coordinate the experiences with at the university there. So we're looking forward to it.
Nice to meet you. If you want some questions, or you want to know about our programs or something in this moment, I will share my email in the chat, and you can contact me if you want to know something of global health or programs in the Universidad de Antioquia.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Thank you.
This is Gloria Ortiz. Indeed, I am from Colombia. I am a neurology resident here at KU, so I was just curious about the presentation, and that's the reason I signed up. So this is gonna be the first time a student from KU are going to Colombia for exchange program, or?
This will be the second time. We actually had 2 students go in February 2020, right before
That's
the world
amazing.
changed, but both of them truly loved their experience there, and I am looking forward to the day more of our students go there, and the day when Stacy gets to work with some of the students there coming here.
That's amazing. I'm from a different university. I studied in Bogota, in Universidad Rosario, indeed. But Universidad Antioquia is an amazing university, as Dr. Franco said. It's one of there are different public universities. All of them are amazing, but the Universidad Antioquia is very well recognized in Colombia, South America, and all the entire world, to be honest. So you are gonna have a really good experience in Medellin. Medellin is an amazing city too. And I think in general, I did medical school in Colombia, and I think in general, the medical school, medical education in Colombia is amazing. I feel well prepared to be a resident here in the US. To be honest, Colombia give you the chance, and we have variety of patients. So going to Colombia is an amazing experience for you. So enjoy. People in Medellin are amazing. So have fun, and I'm really happy to have these programs between Colombian universities and KU. So I'm happy to help if you need any advices before going to Colombia too. So I'll be happy to share my emails if the medical students have any questions. So I'll be happy to help. Indeed, I live in Rio Negro. Is a small city next to Medellin. In Colombia, usually medical school is for 6 years. The last year is an internship, is like PGY1 here in the US. And then you do a social service. So I did a social service in Rio Negro with the Colombian Air Force. So I was living in close by to Medellin. So if you need any advices, just email me and I'll be happy to help.
Oh, thank you so much, Gloria. I think that is fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah,
I think that would be an awesome opportunity for our students. Maybe they can practice some Spanish too if they'd like.
Yeah, I'd be happy to help.
Thank you, Gloria, and I have been placed to receive you.
Yeah, sure. Bye.
Right. And thanks for the other students.
Are there any other questions before we wrap up for the day? All right. Well, thank you so much again, Dr. Franco. I look forward to communicating with you very soon, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day.
Thank you so much for you.
Thank
See you later. I hope.